इस्लाम एट अ ग्लांस इज ब्रॉट टू यू बाय अमेरिका में मुसलमानों की नुमाइंदा तंजीम इस्लामिक सर्कल ऑफ नॉर्थ अमेरिका समाजी शऊर से आगाही हो या इस्लामी तर्ज जिंदगी का दर्स इक्ना ने हमेशा अपना मौसर किरदार अदा किया। कार खैर में हमारा साथ दीजिए। फ़ोन 718-658-1199।
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah ahda wassalatu wassalamu man la nabiyya ba'da. Dear viewers, today our topic is about the internet, Islam, internet and the social media or social networks. I have a strong belief that whatever new things are coming up in our lives in the new times, all of them, for all of them, there is always some guidance in the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we just have to go and look for it, and you will find the guidelines. Based on that, you can develop the etiquettes or develop the protocols, how to get into certain things and how to make use of it or not make use of it, whatever. So I will share with you some things from the Sunnah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and try to establish the relevance with our topic. But before that, let's just introducing this cyberspace, this internet, this social media and all that we are too much into this world these days. This is name of our life. So we can't live anymore without our mobile phones and our computers and all that. So we are all connected to this through this cyberspace. But actually, if you look at that closely, what it resembles with, what its attributes are similar to something else. That we have seen in our lives and is still seeing that. It is like a marketplace. It's just like a marketplace because everything, every app, every social media site or even the information that you get from the internet, they are all connected with some financial goals or financial objectives of certain companies, certain people, individuals even. They go there to sell something and the others are there to buy something. It may be, in some cases, it may be without any hard price on it, any dollar value on it, but they are selling sometimes their ideas. They are trying to bring a change in the society. They may not charge you for that, but they are doing that. So it's selling and buying that is happening on this cyberspace. So if we consider that as a market, now we go back to the Sunnah of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and see what he says about the marketplace. He says in a hadith in Muslim Sharif that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes the best places that he likes the most in the cities are the masajid or the mosque, where people go for prayer. And the worst places in the city that he considered are the aswaq or the marketplace. So this is on one hand, but does it mean that you should not go to the marketplace? He is not saying that, but he is telling you that these places have all their problems in it and how you need to be careful about that. We will establish that further from our experience in our life of today. But on the other hand, there is another sunnah of Prophet, that I should say, that he used to go to the marketplaces and the festivals especially in the earlier time of Makkah, you see that he used to go to Okaz and to the people when the people are gathering, even for Hajj and other places where there is a gathering, where there is an audience, and he would like to go there and communicate with them, communicate the message of Islam, message of his prophethood to those people. So he used to utilize those occasions, those gatherings, and it is in the Sunnah of the prophets. All of them did that. Like Musa alayhi salam, when remember when the Pharaoh wanted to have a competition with his magicians. So the place that was chosen and the time that was chosen with the agreement of Musa alayhi salam and was a time when the Pharaoh will be crowned, and at that time all the nation, a big part of their people in Egypt or in Misr will be collected in a place, and Musa alayhi salam used that occasion to show the people the miracles that he was given through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then other examples in the Quran about this people of the trench, that this boy that he chose, he asked the king that I will tell you certain things if you let me demonstrate this thing at the time when you will gather all the people in the city. So he used that occasion to communicate to the larger audience. And even in the last khutbah of the Prophet ﷺ, we see how he used this is about using the technology to communicate with people, how he did. At that time, the last khutbah in the Hajj, it was more than 100,000 people they get together at that time at Hajjatul Wida. And he made this speech, and the speech used to be the people who are closer to him, they will listen and they will pass on to the others, and the others will pass on to the others. It goes on to the last person in the gathering. And then the famous hadith of Abu Shah at that time, who came from Yemen, and he gave him permission to note down what he is saying and take that notes and communicate to his people in Yemen. So this communication and interaction with people is very important in Islam. So keeping that in mind, and all the sunnah of the prophets and the Prophet ﷺ, we cannot deny the importance of internet in our times. That can be utilized and used to communicate with people, to outreach to the people with the message of Islam. And there are many other benefits of internet as well. So keep these two things in mind. Marketplace is not a good place. You need to be careful. You need to go in and buy what you need and get out of there. Otherwise, these are such places that you will get into the things that are not useful for you. Then you may get into the things that are even harmful for you. And if you see the malls of today, the way they are designed, that when you walk in, you went there to buy something, and then you end up buying so many things which are not of your use. So they are designed in a way. The elevators to go up is from one side, so you can look at 20 shops, but you will not come from the same side, come back from the same side. You will walk to some place and go for the elevator to come down is another place. And this is how they designed that you should visit maximum number of booths and shops in a mall, and they will put the things that are very commonly used that people look for in the end of the aisle somewhere in their arrangement, so that you will go through all the things that you don't need and pick up the things on your way and pick up the things on your way back, while you have gone only to pick one thing. So this is how they are designed. That is how internet works as well. There is so many things out there. They are not useful for you. They are not. They are even harmful for you. But there are some useful things also. So you need to be very sure as you walk into the mall or in a marketplace. If you are sure that these 1, 2, 3, these are the things I know I want from the mall, you will walk in and get that and come out of that without any harm to you, without buying the things and spending the money in the things that you don't need. And in the end, regretting that why I did all that shopping. So same way on the cyberspace and the internet, and we will come to the social media also, out there are things available that are very beneficial to you, but you should know what you need, and you should know how to get to those things also. How to get to those things, I'm saying that, for example, you're looking for on the internet, on the information sites, you're looking for some information about Islam. This is a very good medium of getting information about Islam. If you know the correct places from where you can get the information. Otherwise, you will end up getting information in the name of Islam, which is not Islam. So much so that people have put the books out there with the name of Quran, and they have changed the wordings of Quran and the translations of Quran. They are all out there. But if you are not aware, you will end up reading something which is not Quran, or you end up getting something on the name of Islam, which is not Islam. So you need guidance from the people of knowledge around you and those who you know, so that you can go to the right people, listen to the lectures of the authentic scholars, not everybody. YouTube is full with all kind of lectures, even on Islam, but you don't want to listen to everything. You want to listen to the people who are really scholars, and they can give you the correct form of information. And you should be able to filter also in some, your own development, your own connection with Quran and Hadith should be mature enough to judge what wrong is being put out there. So you need to be very careful about those things. But having said that, it is an excellent source of knowledge, even Islamic knowledge, because before it was the opportunity to go and sit at the feet of a scholar is not available there, especially in the case of women. In many places in the world, the Muslim sisters, these opportunities are less, not available in big number. With this medium of internet, they are getting this information. So it's an excellent tool if it can be used in a proper way. And in using in a proper way also now gets us into the area of how our children should be using that, which sites they should be going to, what they should be looking for, what kind of social media they can go on, they cannot go, what kind of interaction they should have and they should not have. All this has put the parents and the guardians in a big responsibility, because the youngsters, they don't know what is out there. It is, as I said, there are so many harmful things, very bad things out there as well. So you need to monitor that. If in certain countries, I have seen, like in some Middle Eastern countries, that they put a ban, or they put a block on certain sites. So little bit easier to keep your children away from and yourself away from those things. But in other places, it is open and it is available, everything is available. And then there are techniques, even our young boys and girls, they know about that VPN business. When something is blocked, they can go around that and try to see that this is. But the thing is that on the country level also, the Muslims should be able, the government should do these arrangements so that they can filter out, they can stop certain information or certain bad stuff, pornography and all that which is available on the internet, and wrong information and all these things. Somehow they need to be controlled. The social media sites which are promoting wrong tendencies, they should be blocked. So all that has to happen from the state level, and also from the family level, that the parents have to monitor that. Ideally when it was not on the mobiles, it was easier. On my times, when my children were growing, so we used to put our computer in a central place. So it is, the child has a feeling that he is being watched, although he is not being watched. But when somebody is sitting in the middle of the house where people are going and coming, he is a little more careful. But now it is available on the mobile phone. But somehow you have to find out some software somehow to block certain things at certain age level. But when they grow up, you need to give them a space also. You need to give them a space to make their own decision. You're not going to be spying all the time on them. You just give them through their young age. You need to guide them. You need to guide them not only through your words, but through your character, what you prefer, how you behave. They are all looking at you. If you are a good person, if you are living according to what Allah and His Rasul has told you, then they will look at you and they will behave like that. You're not going to tell them every time that you do this and you don't do this. They will look at you, they will follow you. And they will be more careful, they will be making their own choices. You're not going to, as I said, be spy on them all the time. You give them their space and let them make their own decision. But you prepare them from the very childhood so that when they go into this internet space and they are free to navigate, they will not end up in some wrong places. Now, the other benefits I just mentioned, that it connected the people, this social media, this social networking. Also, bad and good about that. The good thing is that just consider a person, a new revert Muslim living somewhere in Idaho, remotely in a place where the closest mosque is 100 miles away. So how he or she would get connected with the community? Islam, in its the way it is designed, it works in community. It works in ijtima, together. Individualism is very little in Islam. It is all collective. So he or she need to be connected with a community. So at least virtually, they can connect through these sites or these networking platforms. So that is one of the good things about networking. Islamic matrimonial services that is going on through such sites. As I already mentioned, that information is available which was not available earlier on to many people. It's difficult for a common person to be aware of the all hadith of Sahih al-Bukhari or Sahih al-Muslim, but now it is available on a click. There are softwares from which you can search the Quran for what you are looking, and the hadith and the books and the classical literature, everything is available. Plus, people are available there to guide you through these social networking places. So, very important the medium for communication and connecting. And we always say that this is one of our reason for being in this world for Muslims. It is to make dawah to other people. So you outreach to a great number of audience. You can dispel the misconceptions. Yes, there will be attacks on you through internet, and we have seen the misuse of these sites, these Facebooks and these WhatsApps and all these sites. We have seen the misuse of that, and the recent example is the one that the person in New Zealand, in Christchurch, when he did what he did, and he was showing to a great number of people right at that time when he was doing that. So things like that, and these social media sites have a responsibility, and if they are not doing enough to fulfill their responsibility, then as I said, the Muslim communities and Muslim countries, they should come up with solutions. What solutions possibly? One solution is like some of the countries, they have completely blocked some of the apps because of this reason, that they are not according to what they think is right. So either the Muslim countries have to, even at the level of OIC, like Organization of Islamic Countries, they should decide some things on these social media networking sites, and they should go and talk to them and tell them, we will block you from our space if you do not follow the protocols that are very important for us, that if Otherwise, they will lose the business. So this, as I said, this is a marketplace. This is all business. If you are giving them good business, and then you are in you have a good leverage to put some checks on them. That should be done wherever it is possible through the governmental networks and the organizations, as I mentioned, the OIC and all that. So to sum up we got the guidance from the Sunnah of the Prophet, that yes, these tools must be used in the best possible way and most profitable way for propagating Islam and good things, and networking and talking to your own family members, which was not possible earlier on, that your mother and your father, who have a very special respectable position, and you are told to always be kind to them, and sometimes you're sitting hundreds and thousands of miles away from them. Now there is a chance that you can communicate with them, talk to them, get their prayers for you, and talk to your children, guide them, connect with your friends, and in all that. So this internet and this social media is helpful in that regard. But there are certain protocols, certain ethics that we need to follow. If we are in a marketplace and we got affected by that, and we use this marketplace, being a Muslim, for example, for backbiting the people, for saying some bad things about the others, or defaming someone, and trying to boast yourself and project yourself. This is one of the great disease of social media today, that people just like to put their pictures, just status update, I am here and I am there. This is just self-projection, nothing other than that. There is not much matter in there. This is, at the most, it is from things which are of no use if they are not harmful. So these kinds of trends need to be checked. We need to check ourselves, that if we are using these networks, these available avenues of communication, to the best of our abilities, to follow the instructions of, we said that from Sunnah, right? From Sunnah, it is we get that you should not do backbiting, you should not be angry with people, you should not be sharing the secrets of the people with the other. All these things you get in the hadith, and all that is applicable to internet and to social media networks and all that, as it is applicable to your daily life. So all this have to be followed in the same way that we follow in our routine life. In the same way we go to internet, we go to these social networking sites, and follow all the khulq, or the character that is the Islamic character. That's it. We should show that on our post, on our communication, in our messaging. All these things have to be followed, and the ethics has to develop. There are other things that the scholars and the people of knowledge have to come and develop a kind of ethics for this new medium that is going to be the name of the game for the coming many years. It will continue. It will keep on connecting people. So we should develop a protocol, Islamic protocol, on these grounds of the Sunnah and the Hadith that we get about how to interact with people. One more very harmful part of this medium, this cyberspace, is that we have lost the privacy. There is nothing private now. The agencies, the governmental, spying of people at various levels, it has become so much that you cannot talk to anybody except by expecting that it is heard by many other people. You are being recorded, your messages are being followed, and that following those messages, your profiles are being developed, and that those profiles are on the one hand, the financial advantages that people take from it, that they use it for targeting you for certain products that may not be of your use, but you are being targeted from there. The other thing is that some spy agencies who are, for example, working against Muslims in certain parts of the world, they will get information of which sites you went and all that. And you may not be doing anything wrong, but the parts of it, things from that, will be used against you whenever they require to use it to frame you. And so unfortunately, that are the things that is going on for many years. And even in some Islamic countries, when people are followed, their political ideas are being washed, their Islamic tendencies are being washed. All that is happening. So you need to be careful when you are on the cyberspace, and also remember that these people who are trying to catch your attention for the things that you do not need. Be careful about that. When you get these messages, try to just put a block on we don't want to hear from this kind of things. And then if you start putting